guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a fall look for you guys using the Kathleen Lights X ColourPop palette. So I actually ordered this palette a few weeks ago. I got it probably when it came out, but I haven't used it yet. I've yet to jump into it. So this is what the palette looks like inside. It's a super gorgeous palette. I have no idea what direction I'm gonna go in, but definitely gonna do a fall type of vibe for you guys since it is fall now. I haven't been getting into any like Halloween looks because honestly I'm not really the type to do like Halloween looks. I really don't do Halloween looks. I've never really done them before, but I can take my hand at it. If you guys like want me to do anything specific, let me know in the comments below because I'll do it. I'll try my hand at it. I may not be like the best, but I'll try. So yeah, I'm so excited to use this palette. It just is so pretty. So it's 30 shades in this palette and it is so gorgeous. Like the packaging is amazing. So everything is having to do with like crystals and all that jazz. So I don't know what direction I'm gonna go in, but I'm thinking obviously maybe the green, maybe an orange, but I have a green backdrop, so I might hit the green, so we'll see. But yeah, before I get started, please don't forget to like this video, subscribe to my channel if you have not, and ring the notification bell so you're notified when I post my next video. But yeah, without further ado, let's get into this palette. Okay, so I primed my eyes already. I literally just did my Tarte Shape Tape like how I always do. I am gonna set it because sometimes my eyes get a little bit oily and it creates creases if I don't set it. So some people could get away with not setting their base, and I've done it sometimes, but then I noticed like my eye look doesn't last me as long. But like I said, everybody's different, so just go with what you think works best for you. And I'm sorry, in a bit I'm gonna have to bring my baby down here because my grandma is leaving, so she can't watch her anymore. So I'm gonna have to bring her down here, so excuse if you hear her. Okay, so this is the palette inside. I already showed you guys, and I'm actually gonna dip into that citrine shade right here, which is that yellowy, kind of with a greenish mustardy undertone, I would say. I'm gonna take that on a fluffy brush, and I'm gonna actually just use that all over the transition shade. Transition area, sorry. I'm gonna use that as my transition shade. So with my transition shades, I normally go a little bit high because I want to utilize my eye space as best as possible. So I usually go pretty high for my transition shades. If you have smaller eyes, I wouldn't suggest taking it super high up because it's gonna look a little bit weird. I'm gonna have to do like a tutorial for you guys if I bring a model in and actually do a look on different eye shapes. My eyes are hooded eyes, so it's a little bit tricky sometimes, especially if I want to do like a cut crease or something, but that's why I like utilizing this space up here because it kind of gets lost in this. So I like utilizing all of it up here. When I cut my crease or anything, everything is gonna be still there. It's not gonna disappear when I put concealer over it. I'm gonna take a smaller brush. I'm gonna dip into the shade Jade, which is that olive green shade. I'm gonna focus this in the crease towards the outer corner. So I'm really deepening up this shade. I'm gonna bring it into the inner part of the eye just a little bit because I am gonna cut my crease today, so I want to have depth all over the eye. So I'm gonna take the first brush I started with. I'm just gonna kind of blend these edges, soften them up. I'm taking Stone, and this is an M506 by Morphe, which is a really nice brush because it's super small, but it still has the fluff, so I could go ahead and pack it in. But it'll also give me a nice blend. So again, this is the first fluffy brush. Sorry, she's like really trying it today. I'm gonna take the Jade shade again, tap it in with citrine, and blend out the outer edges. I'm gonna take this M433 and I'm actually gonna dip into just the Jade shade. I'm actually gonna put that in the outer and inner corners like how I was doing before, just to kind of bring back that green shade. I'm actually gonna take this MAC 242, which is the brush I always use to cut my crease, but this is a 242S, which I normally use a 242 regular, but I don't have it or I can't see it, so I'm actually gonna take my Tarte Shape Tape, and this is in the shade For Light Neutral, which is the shade I used to highlight. So I'm gonna take that on the back of my hand, and I'm gonna take my brush, which I said is the MAC 242S. Like I said, this is not my normal cut crease brush, so it's a little bit different. So normally how I cut my crease, since I said I do have hooded eyelids and they do have like little folds, I normally put like some of the concealer here and I look up. You see it gave me like that line, which I probably want a little bit higher, but it gave me that line where I should, you know, continue going. So I'm gonna actually start a little bit on the inner tear duct, and I'm actually gonna follow the highest point. I'm gonna put some in the middle. Okay, there we go. So I'm only gonna cut the crease halfway. Even if you don't have hooded eyes, it could still be a good method if you don't know exactly where to cut your crease. It looks a little funky right now, but once you put the shade on your lid and everything is gonna come together. So don't freak out, don't panic, everything will be fine. Like I said, looking up. Let me add a little more actually. Okay. And you want to really oversaturate your brush, because see, I overly saturated it. Let me get it close. I overly saturated it, so it made like a really thin, let's see if it'll capture it. Get in my nails, and it made like, anyway, it made it really thin. I don't know if you can see it. Made it really thin and easier to work with, rather than, you know, having your brush be more like frayed and, you know, just not doing it. I'm actually gonna take, so I always use this brush to blend out my concealer, so I'm actually gonna take that brush and kind of just dab over this concealer area just to take off any excess. Yes, it looks funky right now, I know, I'm aware, but everything's gonna be fixed, so do not worry. This brush is actually super bomb if you want to get in here on top of like the cut crease area to make a more detailed look. So I know Morphe has a brush, just if you don't want to buy like the Jaclyn Hill stuff, you could buy a Morphe brush. I just don't know the number of it, but it's a really good brush. I'll try and find it and I'll link it down below. But this brush, honestly, if you're like doing cut creases, even like the normal cut creases where you're just doing like the ones out here, like the winged out ones, and you're etching out your line first, this brush is bomb. Like honestly, I can't recommend it enough. It's such a good brush, and it's honestly helped me so much. I used to use the smaller brush, the smaller detail brush. This is the E36 by Morphe, to kind of get in there, but it's just not the same, because I feel like for this one I kind of had to like stab it in, and this one I could have a little bit more of like a relaxed like hand, because it is flatter, and this one's just like a domed type brush. Sorry, this one's a dome type brush, and this one's more of like a flat shader, small shader brush. So now that everything is set, we're actually gonna want to work outward in. So we're gonna do the, let me see. So I have my brushes right here, the ones that I use. I'm gonna take this one. This is the M506 that I was using. I'm gonna actually dip into the shade Stoned, and I'm gonna have that on my outer corner. So I want to keep the deeper colors in the outer corner, actually just lightly dabbing it on the outer edges of the concealer. So far this palette has been really good. I really experienced like pretty much minimal fallout, I would say. It's a really good palette so far, and I think it's pretty affordable. I forgot the price. I think it's like 22 bucks. So it's a really good palette if you're looking for, you know, a palette from ColourPop. I think this one's a really good one. Okay, so with the same brush, I'm just gonna literally take a paper towel and I'm gonna run the brush, kind of clean it off. I'm gonna go into the Jade shade now, and I'm actually gonna do that, mixing it with the Stone shade. Right now I'm literally packing. I'm not doing any like swiping motions or nothing like that. So I'm packing in that color. But see how it's like starting to come together. Everything looks a little bit more blended and a little bit more put together. Okay, I'm gonna take the shade Geodude, which is more of like a lighter army green shade. And I'm actually gonna take that and put it over that rose quartz shade and just stamp it. The same thing I've been doing. Like I said, I want to keep it matte, so I'm gonna go in with my Precious shade. So I'm tapping this all over the eye. So pretty much like all the work we just did, I'm gonna cover it really quick. I'll show you what we're gonna do. That's actually a really pretty shade. Really pigmented. I'm just taking the M506 and I'm gonna like blend it. All the work is still gonna be there. I'm gonna dust it off a little bit on these outer edges wherever you place. Look how pretty. It looks really blended now and really put together. So then my Precious shade is actually really nice. And this brush is actually great for packing on shadows. I also use, it's not typical to use a brush like this to pack on shimmers, but I still use it sometimes to pack on shimmers. It works really well. I'm like really lightly dipping into the Jade shade and kind of just dusting off these outer corners. I dip into Stoned and Jade mixed together. Mostly Jade, I would say. I'm gonna take a mirror and I'm gonna tilt my head back so I could really get in there. I'm adding more dimension to the eye. Well, I'm actually done with the eyes for right now. I'm gonna do all my face and stuff off of camera and I will be right back. Also gonna feed this little girl because she's really trying it today. She's just not having it. She's being a little diva. So I'll be back. Okay, so this is the final look that I came up with using the ColourPop Kathleen Lights So Jaded palette. I'm sorry I didn't get to film like the under eye, and I'm sorry I have this right here. I'm waiting for it to dry so I can flick it off. I'm sorry I didn't get to film the under eye part or like my lashes or nothing. It's just that my baby is just being a little too fussy, so it wouldn't have worked out anyway. But anyway, I did my normal face routine and you guys can check that out either in the prior video that I posted or on my Ride or Die products. I'm pretty sure most of the stuff that I used today is basically the same thing. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. I actually did a different lip today, which my lips look a little bit wonky. I overlined a little too much. I used ColourPop BFF2 with Morphe Honey lipstick. This is the matte lipstick and I've actually been really liking this lipstick a lot. It's a really pretty color. It's a nude lipstick, but it kind of has like it's like a neutral undertone, so I really would like it. It's not too cool, not too warm, so it's super pretty. And honestly, the formula is really good. It stays nice on my lips and it says matte, but I think they are matte. It's just that my lips, I moisturized my lips prior to filming, so I think some of it kind of sticks on there. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this look. So this is like my fall type of look. I didn't want to do like a basic warm tone look because I feel like I've done a few of those already on my channel and I wanted to veer off and do something else, and that palette was really pretty. And actually it's a nice, let me look at it again. It's a really nice palette. I feel like it's a nice like year-round palette. You have like really nice shades in here. You have like your blue tones and you could do something more like, you know, bluey for the summer. You have your yellows and your lighter colors where you could do again for the summer, springtime. Then you also have like your darker colors which are good for the fall, winter time. So I really think this palette is an overall good deal. I really do recommend the palette if you guys are interested in buying it. This wasn't really a review on the palette because I know how ColourPop shadows work and they work pretty well. I've never really had issues with ColourPop shadows, and again, it didn't fail me. I actually got like a really good blend on the shadows. I love how this look came out. Honestly, I was not expecting the look to be, you know, this nice. I thought it was gonna be like, okay. Like I had it in my mind, but I was just like, oh, I don't know if it's gonna turn out, because I'm very like that warm tone type of person. Like I use a lot of warm tone shades and I don't really veer off into like these types of colors all the time. It looks really good, and I think this is a really appropriate, you know, tone for the fall, because, you know, in the fall you break out those like olive green like jackets. I know I do for sure. I love olive green. I wear olive green a lot. Even when it's not summer, I wear olive green. It's like one of my favorite colors. So I think it's a really appropriate look for the summer. And if you guys are, you know, not really into the colors like I am, I kind of like encourage you guys to like get into these colors or get into types of colors like this. It doesn't have to be with this palette exactly. I'm just saying I do recommend the palette. It's super pretty, and I think I would play around with this palette even more because there's so much like different things you could do with this. These glitters are nice, but I don't feel comfortable like necessarily putting them on my eye. They're just a little too chunky, and I feel like, I don't know, I just don't feel comfortable. I don't want them getting in my eye and like scraping my eye or anything like that. So the lashes I put on today are Baddie B lashes in the style Baddie, which are honestly one of my favorite lashes. I've said this time and time again. I think for like 90% of my videos I've used Baddie B lashes, and the style Baddie I think is a really good lash for this because it wings out but it's still really full. I would have used Sugar Baby, which is more of like a flirty, just straight flare lash, but I like this one because it gives me drama and it still flares out. I think these are super pretty. This is probably one of my favorite, you know, I'm not going to say that because I'm pretty sure I've said it, but like all the styles, but all the Baddie B lashes I really love. And again, obviously not sponsored because I'm not sponsored by anybody. Yeah, I just really like these lashes. And my inner corner, I just popped in the same highlight that I used on my face, which actually this is a new product that I've been using, which is the Lawless Afternoon Delight Lucid Skin Highlighter, which I've been loving this highlighter. I used it not yesterday, a couple days ago in my other video that I filmed, and it is super nice. It's like a glow from within type of highlight, and it just makes my skin look really like just really pretty and really like effortlessly glowy, if that makes sense. I just love this, and honestly this look I'm very happy with, and I hope you guys try this look. Let me know what you guys want me to try next down below. Any products you guys want me to try, any Halloween looks you guys want me to attempt, let me know. I don't know exactly what I'm gonna be for Halloween yet. I'm kind of like on the fence of some things. I don't know what I'm gonna be at. Let me know what you guys are going to be. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like this video and comment down below what your thoughts are on this video. Don't forget to subscribe, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye.